Welcome to the Real Double Dose Channel broadcast station, focused on the real reels of real life, love, growth, and of course, elevation within all levels. RDDC is exactly the place where anyone can discover more depth, love, light, and clarity within themselves, and elevate from other people's walks of life, conversations, and questions, along with deeper insights. So tune in and be a part of the Double Doses with Lexus T and RDDC.
Hello. Welcome back to the Real Double Dose channel. This is your host, Lex, coming to you straight from the heart where the talk is real and the vibe is always going to be lit and live. For any show requests, feedback, anything under the sun, like we always say and will continue to say, get a hold of us at Real Double Dose channel at yandex.com. That's yandex.com. And as well as being able to check us out at realdoubledosechannel.com. But for insights, expert guests, and all the little ins and outs of things put out there that are going to be updated all the time, that's realdoubledosechannel.blogspot.com. You can check out some other stuff, and on those pages you'll find the link. I know as well we have spiritandmindelevation.com. that's spiritandmindelevation.com, and those doors are going to be out for your free download to get your enhancement on your spirit and mind elevation journey. For any other things, if you're listening out there, to tune in, Stitcher Radio, Spreaker.com, iHeartRadio, iTunes, SoundCloud, Deezer, Google Cast, Podchaser. We're going to Giovanni, if I'm not saying it right, so many other platforms, SoundCloud, links, all the above, and I'm probably missing quite a bit of different platforms we're on, but you can find those links at the Blogspot, or as well as just checking out different things on SoundCloud from all the links we have, or just request it from us. But if you're listening to us now, you got it. And I just want to say thank you. We all want to say thank you for all the listeners that are coming in from all over the world, all the countries that we see, the beautiful places. Maybe you can hashtag us out. You know what I'm saying? Just give us a little video and just, say cheers to us on whatever you're doing. But we pray and we hope that everything is going fine during these crazy times, especially since, 2020 happened to us. I'll just leave it at that. So let's not hesitate to go back in and make sure you look out for those wonderful, wonderful exclusive things that are going to be coming out. Even more rolling out the Nirvana. I'll just say it that way. And it's going to be a lot of intimacy going on with us being more on a challenge of rather Zoom or whatever platform we decide to have that. And you're not going to want to miss this because this is taking it to a whole nother level. I mean, literally, you have never got a chance to see that, you will. And thank you for all the subscribers that are coming on to realdoubledosechannel.com. You're amazing. You're wonderful. And as well as we got to have some wonderful goodies for you as well. So let's take this on to another notch. I've been itching to get this out. Angela has been sitting there stoked up about this. And that is a wonderful segment we're about to have. So let's go. Hashtag the richness of dirt. Yes. The richness of dirt. And I'm just going to give it to you in enough double doses for you to figure out, or give it to you in the dose so you can make it a double. You see what I mean? Double dose, hashtag boom facts. And I want to give a shout out again to those in Texas dealing with that. I know my journey is still heading towards Fort Worth, Texas, and all my loved ones that are down there in those areas and all parts. Hashtag Trent Shelton, different ones, it's all out there. It's not just a clout. It's literally beyond prayers. And if anything can be helped with Real Double Dose channel, if you're in Texas, let us know, whether it be a gift card or a blanket, whatever, we got you. Just want to put that out there because it is real 2021 with this whole winter that froze that beautiful, lovely, big Texas. And all those who are down in the South dealing with it. Prayers, love, wishes. So this is hashtag the richness of dirt. Now, I've heard this from so many levels of different things, and I always tell people when they ask me, what is your culture, Lex? I mean, you seem so diverse. I mean, your complexion can show what a person might want to see mentally, but honestly, the Colombiana, the Cree, the Cherokee, whatever the facade might be that people want to keep in their mind, I know my blood is integrated with every living, basically essence of that's on the earth. We all have one creator, okay? No matter if it's 50, 40, 30, 20%, whatever you want to say. It's there. But I look at that as the soil, and you compare it to that. We talked about that too, the mustard seeds of greatness, different ones in different conversations. But I remember Steve Harvey had said something that kept ringing a bell. Sometimes I'm doing things and I'm so on the rift of getting so much stuff. Angela and Tony and I have literally hundreds of wonderful, awesome, just so much stuff for everyone to have, when it comes to elevation and beyond. Different things to where the whole movement is going. I'm like, man, let's get this for the group. Let's get this for our RDDC families. Let's get this for our Spirit in My Elevation new people. Because some people aren't going to be coming off this platform. Some might see an advertisement. Some might just see it. And it's just an advertisement. A lot of it is for what we give away already. And that is the goods of life. But for those who want to crank it up another notch and have that devoted time, that's what those things are for. More of a focus center on what you're trying to overcome obstacles, procrastination, thinking, just having that, and then being able to have a trifold to where we're there together. Those are the things that we're trying to syndicate. But the richness of dirt, let's get back to that. The richness of dirt is the profound understanding of what soil means. Now, we understand on one, like we always have the double-edged sword, hashtag those out there who was hashtagging me on Instagram, talk about Lex, we hear you, we know. Again, forgive me the free hand of the mic, that's what it is. I don't like the stands too much in the studio. I like to feel it. Hopefully it's not too loud or too, but you get it. We got Ralph over here, our wonderful producer who does the best he can with all the ratchetness I bring to the mic and so forth. And we love Tony and Angela. But getting back on track, the richness of dirt is the seeds that you plant, right? So if you want to go ahead, like they say, waking up on the wrong side of the bed on the day, have a bad day, fooling over, you can turn that day around. But what I mean is a little bit more deeper. Now, Steve Harvey referencing that when he was saying you got to get dirt on you sometimes. And that's what I realized, like the richness of dirt. Like if some people just go and walk on it and don't think twice about it. But if you think about every single thing that has to be there, it was planted in some kind of soil, some kind of dirt. When the Creator made us and gave us that rite of passage to be living, he put that seed inside the woman from the man. And he made that seed grow. Now, mind you, that still is dirt in some way. And because we're made of dirt, we're made of the soil, it picked up the ground. From the beginning of the essence of if what you want to believe or what you don't, we know the Creator exists in one way, shape, or form. So it doesn't matter the religious politics behind it, but understanding the creation of the Creator is said in so many versatile religions and languages, and just the whole epicness of what is, even from the countries and places that don't have a quote religion or some circle of group, but just understand that there's a higher consciousness beyond it itself. What else could make someone walk with the soul and breathe, and the blood mechanisms and the molecules and the skin structures, and have all that put together? I mean, I can't even put together half of a lesson. Like trying to put a course together, it's easier to talk and go with the flow for me. I'm not one to put everything in a meticulous layer. I just kind of go with the flow. That's what it says, serving up a slice of everyday life. That's what it is. But the soil of the woman, to plant that seed and have it grow. Sometimes the seed grows differently. Sometimes the seed grows to what you expect. And sometimes the seed doesn't grow at all. But the whole understanding of that is still from the dirt. It's the richness of the dirt. When we have that givenness of being able to create things like a potter molds the clay, it's the whole thing of being able to have the richness of your dirt. So why don't you and I embrace what that is? Do you know the richness of your dirt? Ask again. Do you know the value in the dirt that you hold that was placed upon you? So a lot of people will still look, rather than be behind the walls and out here, which I basically have both worlds. And I say the best of both worlds because there's so many deep perspectives. Everyone has a layer of dirt. It doesn't matter if they're a Harvard graduate. It doesn't matter if they're an all-time Olympian. And no matter what you hear, it's always a rags to riches story. Why? Because you want to hear the dirt. You don't want to just hear about how the plant was made and you just ate the salad. You want to know sometimes what the process was. How you put it in the ground. It took weeks. The sun came, bad weather, you had to go out there and cover it up, whatever it might be. You have a layer of dirt that's placed upon you and everything that you've done to become all that you are for the journey that you're still taking, the journey that you took. When a person asks you, sir or ma'am, can you tell me what direction I'm going? And they, for some reason, have this innate feeling that you know what direction you're coming from, or you've been there, you might be able to help them. It's because they're hoping that you have some dirt too. Now, I know a lot of things have been placed on the spotlight when it comes to cultural and colorism, and thank goodness it did. And unfortunately, hashtag George Floyd had to be more of the martyrs that had to really shine that light out. And so many more lives that came and cost because of it. But I'm going to quote and unquote because I'm not really good at that. Like Will Smith said, it's not like it's happening more for racism. It's just the video cameras are rolling a lot faster and more. In some kind of retrospect, that's what he said. But you can Google it. So What I'm saying for that is it had to take that spotlight of understanding. A lot of people look at black male, like Muhammad Ali had a clip out there just on YouTube. It's circulating out there. When he grew up, he was saying on one of the interviews that basically it was black male, blackjack, the black ball, pool, whatever it might be, was always that one syndicated. Everything else, like the devil's food cake, everything had to be put on that. But if you want to, and this is for the people who have to deal with that in a mentality. So those of you who don't have to deal with colorism or different stuff like that, it might be a little different for you to understand. But it's just the whole point. People look at dirt, they see exactly that. Oh, you got dirt all over you. Ew. Oh, you got this going on. Ew. Oh, I'm going to tell you dirty secrets. It's always put in a negative form. But dirt and soil can still go hand in hand. When soil turns dry and it's not as rich and it's not as deep looking as the beautiful black soil that it is, it still has the same profoundness. Otherwise we have cactuses growing, we have different thistles and different ones growing in other countries that have extreme medicinal purposes. Everything else going under the Sahara Desert is surviving something out there. But dirt is not a negative stipulation with it. Every time you wash your skin, you're trying to wash off the dirt. But at the same time, on the other cusp of it, we need to realize exactly the kind of dirt we're talking about, spiritually, emotionally, mental, almost said mentally, mentally, and putting that to use. So many people go about life trying to hide all the, quote, soil that has been placed on them, trying to scrub it off of their life, trying to hide it in so many facets and assets to where they don't even know where to come or go. And every person they meet is a new conversation. Now, I'm very careful when I speak to people at a different level, and I'm just saying I can feel the vibration, what you share and what you don't. Some people don't want to know what happened to you in the bathroom this morning. Some people are like, oh, wow, that's interesting. It happened to me. You just had to feel it out. But the whole understanding is, I'm not saying to go out there and just spread your, quote, business or your dirt around. What I'm saying is understand and harness what your dirt has given you. Understand the soil that has been placed upon you through the layers of life and through all the times you had to grow. People look at all those things and they want to give up and say, man, life has just did so much to me. Life has happened to me so bad, Lex. So many times I can't even understand why I'm here, but let you know something. You happened to life. You were given this life for the same exact reasons that you are given that soil to plant. Now, you reap what you sow. That is very true. And those who out there, karma does exist. So karma exists with yourself and what we do to ourselves too. If we choose to sit around and eat nothing but horrible, greasy, heavy foods 24/7 and not do anything but sit down and not move and just, we can't expect to bounce back and be on a triathlon going to a marathon the next week. Come on, that's still karma we did to ourselves. It's the same thing as us, dumping our garbage on our neighbor's lawn. We can't expect that that's not going to come around and get us with, a flat tire later on. You don't know. We don't know why things happen all the way, but we do know that. So embracing what we see as coming back to the fold, hashtag the richness of dirt. Remember that you are so profoundly in to having all the richness of the world and more from the dirt that you hold. And if you hold it valuable enough to understand what it is, it doesn't mean going into a lion's den and expecting to fight everyone off. Don't walk into danger, but let life unfold and take the right feelings of the vibrational levels and cuts that you're going on. Okay, whether it be being a musician, whatever it is, whether it be a piano player, whether it be having a restaurant, whether it be enhancing the lives of others. I know so many people get stuck in this world like, man, we're going through all this stuff. Where do we come from? Where do we go? Who can we believe in? Is it really existent? Know that you're here. That's the first principle. Know that you are here and enjoy the journey of being here. You can always be curious, but don't try to figure out the layers of, man, maybe I'm not supposed to be. The creator doesn't make mistakes. We do. That's one thing that happens. The creator doesn't make mistakes. And sometimes we're like, oh, it's so unbearable. But one thing I do know, it's not permanent. It's not going to last forever. You can't have that last forever. Nothing lasts forever except the spirit that goes back to the breath in which it came from. The spirit doesn't have the human flesh on it anymore. This is a journey. We're all the same people walking around with a different mindset, a different group of principles, understanding. When we look at each other, it's almost like the soul saying, hey, there you are, the other piece of me, I'll see you later. But the human aspect and the ego takes over and says, hey, you don't look like me. Hey, you don't sound like me. Hey, where you going? Oh, you eat that. I don't eat this. That's what it is. To me, human, the flesh is the ego. The ego, okay? Not the ego that soars. The ego. Like Lego my ego, but ego. Just thought I'd throw that in there real quick, but you know what I'm saying. So I'm going to say to all my brothers and sisters, my little ones, my older ones, whatever it is, whatever cuss that is of the cloth you've been cut from. Remember, we're going to have time to go through all of this. So those who are out there who are dedicated to the motion and the mission, who have been with us, you're going to have such a phenomenal karma of happiness coming back when you really, really go direct level up with Lex. It's a girl doing some stuff and being able to talk on a deeper level. A lot of people don't talk about the deepest levels of their lives, very intimate and just sacrative. And that's understandable, whether it be a group, whether it just be one-on-one, whatever it might be, is going to come to the point. And if there's any time in your life to be able to understand the richness of your dirt, we're going to help that beyond level up. I'm going to make sure you come to the confines of understanding you're no longer going to be that phoenix that's hoping to rise from the ashes. You are. Okay, you're no longer going to escape through, and I'm just saying, hashtag, I love my Twilight Saga. I'm just saying, but you're going to be able to create your own saga, your own nirvana. It's not hype, it's truth. And you know, if you listen to me for a while, that's what it is. And I had told one of my little sweethearts from the res a couple hours from where I am, I had told her, one thing you're always going to get from me is genuine and authenticity. That's all there is to it. Now, I don't want people to catch me and having a miniature road rage fit, okay? And all of a sudden it's like, Lex, oh my gosh, she's not the same person on the show. What happened? No, that's life. That's life. I can't hide who I am. But what I will say, a lot of us devalue who we are. A lot of us get to a point to where we don't think our value is enough. And it took me a long time to understand. I know what I'm given is valuable. I know the dirt placed upon me is basically immeasurable. It's so infinite to help people, like, not necessarily get away from dirt that's coming, because we all have to grow from the dirt, but being able to decipher what's going on and zone and hone in on what the dirt is and why it's there. That's exactly what it is. Some people are great at their gifts. Some people are scripted. I'm just the ultimate. Hashtag facts. But I just want to say that's going to be there too. I'm apologizing beforehand for Spirit of Mind Elevation, the loomingness of it not being quote. And if you're listening to this, like I said in the other episode, by this time it could be opening. But I like to have everything kind of presented at once. And like Angela says, sometimes it's about the 1, 2, 3 instead of the 1 to 100 real quick. So that's just my Aries part of me. I'm like, I want to have everybody be able to have this, and that. But we're going to have at least, your free downloads to be able to get to, and at least 2 or 3 things you can kind of look more into, and maybe see me on a video or something moving around, see all my delicious, voluptuous curvaceousness in your face. You know what I'm saying? But I am working on a healthy journey. I'm just going to say hashtag the richness of your dirt. How much time have you spent looking at this dirt in a negative way? Okay, if a person has came back from prostitution or being able to be abused or been in abusive relationships, and you find yourself feeling dumb, or you feel yourself being used and wondering, why have I been treated this way? I must be dirt. No, you just had dirt placed upon you so you can grow and go through it. It doesn't mean you're stuck there, and it doesn't mean dirt's a negative thing. Dirt's there simply because it is. You cannot sit there and just hope for something to just magically manifest in front of your hands. You have to wait. When you plant, the farmers understand this. You can't just plant a seed and have it grow tomorrow. That would really suck. I mean, for a lot of aspects, in my personal opinion, if you just had intimacy with your partner and the next day you gave birth to a baby. Come on now. Like, let's be clear here. You have time in that journey, whether it be 6, 7, preemies, 9 months, to be able to go and download the fact that you are going to be a mother or a parent. Be able to understand that you have things going on. Okay, well, you're hired. You got to start work right now. It's time. Okay, well, your orientation's on Wednesday. You got hired on a Sunday. Okay, or whatever it might be, for example. You still have time. It's time in that. The dirt is meant to sit there and help you sift through it. See, the dirt wouldn't be upon you unless the habitants of life happen. If you think about it, and I'm going to end it off on this cusp, it's like the ripple effect. Maybe the dirt was only there to make things grow through it and to be the richness of the fruit that the Creator made it to be. But because the people and the circumstances and the situations that went through our life, their dirt fell on us even more. Whether it be a hurt or a pain or a mishap that happened because of it. Whether it be a father or a mother who didn't step up in their place. Whether it be a brother or sister who didn't encourage us the right way or treated us a certain way. Whether it be a bully in school. Whether it be someone who didn't give you more on your plate than you thought you should have at dinner time. Whether it be a teacher who had a bad relationship at home and took it out on you. No matter what that is, somebody's dirt spilled on you. Some dirt was left. Some dirt happened. Through history of life, it's always someone's dirt, but it's the dirt that you have to grow through and go through in order to realize that that's going to be your magical gold, dust, and diamonds. You just have to be able to harness it and make it that way. Hashtag facts. That's what it is. Don't let anyone define what they see within you or what your dirt is made of or why it was put on you. And don't shoot down yourself thinking that your dirt is not worth what it is. It's magical. Your dirt is hashtag magic. And that's what it is. It is. I mean, how else could it be? It grows things. It gives that nourishment. It gives a cover. Yeah, we got the sun. We got the water. We got life. But it gives you this. I would not be able to relate with you and get these wonderful things coming on, these master classes and these wonderful books and different things going on if I didn't have any dirt to go through. Now, sometimes you don't need to go through the most horrible layers of life. It could be to the point of where you just messed up a whole file corrupted on your computer. You're probably going to still help a couple thousand people out. So I'm not saying just because you don't see this huge long list of what trials and tribulations people have gone through that it's not worth enough in your dust. Everyone has it. Everyone has been given it. Either you hear a story, know a story, or giving the purpose of a story. So I just want to tell you that. And I wanted to be out there to those out there who don't understand hashtag the richness of your dirt. Remember all the things that you see. What is it called? I think it said it's not glitz and, not glitz and diamonds, something like that. Everything you see is not glitz and gold, whatever it is. Like they say the hashtag Instagram stories, you see people's lives so perfect. I'm not good at any of that stuff. I'm just letting you know, I can take a picture and break it apart. I'm just like, it's just not for me. My girl does it. She's fine with it. She does her modeling, her posing. Some people are just made for it. Some people are made. Like, look at hashtag Gordon Ramsay. I mean, the guy's a beast. No matter who wants to say it or not, the way he finesses the kitchen is insane. Just like hashtag rest in peace Kobe Bryant. Like the greats out there, Michael Jordan, all of them. Like the way they do what they do is epically there. Even Elon Musk, whatever you want to say, like Jeff Bezos, the beast, like the AliExpress, whoever you want to go to, like even the people out here who are making their mom and pop shops flourish, they're still a beast. Those out there who are coming out with their Etsy shops and different things that they have, it's still a beast. They're still moving forward. Those out there who are just telling their message to a mission home or going to a prison and just spreading the word or doing something to give a pamphlet out or saying, hello, you look beautiful. They're still using the dirt that was put out there in the world or placed upon them in order for someone to value and look at the richness of their dirt themselves. You are beyond worth it. Your love life is worth it. Your relationship is worth it, but it has to start with you. That's the whole beginning. No matter what relationship you want outside of that, it still has to come from you or it's going to fall apart eventually. I see holes in the things I hold with relationships, some of the nitpicks I do, some of the questions I do. But remember, I can't always blame it on the quote human aspect of it. But I will understand that it's the dirt that I have went through. And sometimes when you see one of those seeds that come up from the ground, you always see sometimes you see, like most times, you see something that's not quite developed on it. It could be one of those pods that haven't cracked open or some dirt still on the leaf that needs to be off. Whether you see a bird hatching from its shell and it still has a little piece of the membrane on it or whatever it might be. It's still growth. It's still room there, but it lets it know where you came from. Just because the umbilical cord is cut at birth doesn't mean you still don't need someone to walk with you that journey and understand to see life. That's what I will say, and I'll leave us with right now. So I'm just saying hashtag the richness of dirt. Understand, and it could be hashtag the richness of soil, but dirt sounds a lot more grimier in a good way. It sounds good. It sounds right straight from the belly. That dirt. What is that grit? That's what's going to have all of our whole power uniting connections. I don't like to say sessions. It sounds kind of but it's going to make it even better. It's good. I love to know where people's dirt is or what they're dealing with. And you're like astonished. And it's not the point to compare where your dirt is compared to theirs in life. It's to say, wow, someone else taught me what's going on. I thought my dirt was so heavy. And here they're telling me about some dirt I couldn't even fathom because it's not placed upon you in your journey. It's placed upon them. But you being able to share and hear about it will help you open up more doors for those out there who are coming underneath their soil or who need to break free of it. If any time now of consciousness opening, this is definitely beyond the matrix. So I will say that. So hashtag be the greater good of what you believe good is because you're great. So if you want to rewind that and get it out there, you know what it is. This is Lexus T coming at you. Check us out at realdoubledosechannel.com. Sign up, do some donation coaching, whatever you feel like doing. And welcome if you have came to the Spirit of Mind Elevation already. And I know a lot of you are checking out the wonderful goods out there, but it'll be well worth everything that's been going on with my teeny bit of slowness. But Angela and Tony are always here. And we just saying we have a wonderful ambiance of new guests coming on. I don't want to say too much, but we have different ones coming up, and it's going to be upgraded to a whole nother level. You have to at this point. And maybe we'll have some other things out there that you never saw coming. I got a little dynamic spin on that, and I hope it is. And we are going to have a live event in a very safe kind of quote bubblish cube experience. Yeah, so you don't have to worry about your mask, because you'll definitely be coddled and cuddled in a place of safety, awesomeness, experience of a freaking Matrix lifetime. I'm telling you, it's beyond the red light, blue light special. I mean, it's so awesome. I mean, maybe 10 people at a time could come, but it's going to be so dynamic and so off the chain. I don't even know. I'm too excited. I just want to be there myself right now. But I've been working on this, and you'll enjoy the journey. So let me not just fill your ear up, but yeah, you just know some snippets are coming. We'll release that. Either we'll have it available to you, and links go back and forth between spiritofmindelevation.com and as well as realdoubledosechannel.com, and we'll have updates also on the blog spot at realdoubledosechannel.blogspot.com. This is me. This is you. We're on here right now, and thank you for tuning in. And that is also going to be epic. Just remember, hashtag the richness of dirt. Don't forget it. And just remember to embrace all that is and keep growing up until you start sprouting into that wonderful beanstalk all the way up to the heavens. You know what I'm saying? Like Jack and the Beanstalk, hashtag. So we love you. You're amazing. Check us out anytime, and we'll be back with you very, very, very soon.